Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. Snowy, wintry day out there today. Had a lot of snow overnight. Uh, I tried to do this video a couple of hours ago, and I'm not feeling 100% right now. But I wanted to get it over with and get it done. I don't mean get it over with in the fact that let's get it over with. Get through it because I love doing my videos. And it's the Albums to Discover series through Discogs Shuffle on this little beauty here. Led Zeppelin II, fantastic album. Don't have a lot of Zeppelin, but I do have a few, and they're all on CD. So I'll talk about Led Zeppelin II in just a second. So it was released in '69 and October of '69. So keep that in mind because these guys put out albums left and right, one right after the other, pretty quickly. So Led Zeppelin I, fantastic album again, great debut album. This is so good. It's on the Atlantic label, remastered, of course. You've got Good Times, Bad Times, Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, You Shook Me, Dazed and Confused, Your Time Is Gonna Come, Black Mountain Side, Communication Breakdown, I Can't Quit You Babe, I Can't Quit You Baby, and How Many More Times. Classic stuff. So this one was released in January of 1969. So 2 was released in October of '69. This was released in January of '69. So about 8 months between the two. Two fine albums. It's a mixture of original material from their first rehearsals and a remix of some blues and folk songs. But they gave the blues a harder edge, a harder rock edge for sure. Thanks to Jimmy Page, thanks to Robert Plant, all the band members. It's hit number 10 on the charts. The big single, Good Times, Bad Times, didn't start out to be a single because a lot of the AM radio stations wouldn't play it. But once the album format stations, the FM stations, got a hold of it and got a hold of the rest of the album, that's what skyrocketed the band. And it gave them the exposure that they needed. So great album. Led Zeppelin I, or their debut album. Then I have 3, another fine album. A little different sound than 1 and 2. So Led Zeppelin III, again released in October of '70, so a year after Led Zeppelin II. So again, bang. It was more of a progressive album than a straight ahead rock and roll album, and had more folk and acoustic tracks on it as well. So that meant that they were changing their style, they were experimenting, they were expanding their style. Some great rock tunes on there for sure, like the Immigrant Song, and but more acoustic songs like Gallop's Pole and That's the Way. And they also started to play more instruments. John Paul Jones, for example, turned out to be a multi-instrumentalist, playing keyboards and strings and double bass and mandolin, as well as bass, of course. And just an amazing bunch of artists. Of course, Jimmy Page produced most of their albums, and Robert Plant wrote most of their songs, other than the covers. Just an example, and there's so many examples, thousands of examples of 4 guys getting together to gel to create this amazing band. And that happened with so many other bands out there, but Led Zeppelin especially. So Led Zeppelin III was a turning point in their music, for sure. Then I have 4, one of my favorites, for sure. This was a definite departure from their earlier stuff. This one was released in 71, so again, November of 71. So about every year they're putting out an album. Of course, you got Black Dog, Rock and Roll, The Battle of Evermore, Stairway to Heaven, which is a staple classic. And a lot of people compare other bands that put out epic songs to Stairway to Heaven. I'm thinking of Hotel California, Funeral for a Friend by Elton John, all those big hits. And they always compare. This is this band's Stairway to Heaven song. You got Misty Mountain Hop, Four Sticks, Going to California, and When the Levee Breaks. And again, produced by Jimmy Page. Of course, Stairway to Heaven, it's been their staple song. It's been their most notarized song. They're famous for that song for sure. Also, the album included Ian Stewart, great piano player from the Stones, who played piano on Rock and Roll. Kind of a cool little ditty track there. All original songs except for one cover, When the Levee Breaks. And it's also Zeppelin's best-selling album and one of the top-selling albums of all time. So, the Led Zeppelin 4. And again, one of my favorites. I also have Physical Graffiti, which is a great album. I really like this album as well. It's a double album. And so good. It's a little different. It's on Swan Song label, this one. Sounds really good. It's the 6th studio album released in 75. I don't have the 5th album yet, but I will get it. It includes tracks that were unreleased tracks from Led Zeppelin 3, 4, and The House of the Holy. So they took some great tracks that they didn't release on previous albums and they put them on this one. And it just made it the great album that it is. Double album, full of great tracks. Obviously one of my favorite albums by the band. And got this nice colored insert as well, along with some black and white photos. There's the great band there. Top of their game. And yeah. I mean, you got Custard Pie, The Rover, In My Time of Dying, House of the Holy, Trampled Underfoot, Kashmir, In the Light, Bron-Yr-Aur, Down by the Seaside, 10 Years Gone, Night Flight, The Wanton Song, Boogie with Stu, and Black Country Woman and Sick Again. And great fine album by the band. But we're here to talk about this one, Led Zeppelin II. Again, second album by the band, released in '69 of October 31st to be exact. So the first one was released in January, so 8 months later they put out this fine album. You've got Whole Lotta Lovin', What Is and What Should Never Be, The Lemon Song, Thank You, Heartbreaker, Livin' Lovin' Maid, She's Just a Woman, Ramble On, Moby Dick, and Bring It On Home. Again, produced by Jimmy. It's been sort of designated as one of their heaviest albums as well. And 6 of the 9 songs are originals, and of course the other 3 are covers. Commercial success right from the start, and it also reached number 1 in the charts as well. So Whole Lotta Lovin', great riffs, lyrics were taken directly from Willie Dixon's "You Need Love." What Is and What Should Never Be was written by Robert Plant. Lots of great dynamics on the track as well. Such a good song. The Lemon Song is rearrangement of Howlin' Wolf's Killin' Floor, and the lyrics include Robert Johnson's Squeeze My Lemon from Travelin' Riverside Blues. A little bit of sexual um, innuendo going on there for sure in the Lemon Song. Thank You, written by Robert Plant. Awesome love song to his wife Maureen. Jimmy Page plays beautifully on a 12-string, and John Paul Jones plays Hammond organ on that one. Heartbreaker, mostly written by Jimmy Page. Great playing, great solo as well. Livin' Lovin' Maid, She's Just a Woman, was apparently written about a groupie on the U.S. tour. But even though I love this track, the band never really liked this track. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't like it, but they never played it live, which I didn't realize. Ramble On, another Robert Plant song. Starts off with a great, quiet acoustic guitar, and then it builds to an overdubbed heavy guitar in the end. Also, another one that's never played in the original beginnings of the band. They later, when they got together again, played it, but they never played it live when they were the main years of the band. Moby Dick highlights John Bonham's drumming. It was originally called Pat's Delight, after his wife, Pat. But what an awesome drummer. Probably one of the best in the world. Top, I don't know. Definitely top 5 in the world for sure. I can think of 4 others, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And Bring It On Home, another cover of Willie Dixon's song, originally done by Sonny Boy Williamson. Obviously, Zeppelin ramped it up a bit and made it their own. So, great album. Definitely an album to discover. And I only have one other. This is Starship. This is a compilation album, double album by the band. This has all their hits on it as well. You've got Good Times, Bad Times, Communication Breakdown, Dazed and Confused, Baby I'm Gonna Leave You, Whole Lot of Love, Ramble On, Heartbreaker, Immigrant Song, Since I've Been Loving You, Rock and Roll, Black Dog, When the Levee Breaks, Stairway to Heaven. That's just on CD 1. CD 2's got The Song Remains the Same, Over the Hills and Far Away, Do Your Maker, No Quarter, Trampled Underfoot, Houses of the Holy, Cash Beer, Nobody's Fault But Mine, Achilles' Last Stand, In the Evening, and All My Love. Great compilation album. So if you're just getting into Zeppelin, this is the way to do it. Great looking package. Great bunch of tracks. That's the inside cover there, obviously. But yeah. So if you don't know Zeppelin, that's the way to start for sure. Check out this one here. Definitely an album to discover if you don't know Led Zeppelin. 99.9% of you already do and love Led Zeppelin, which is awesome. But there you go. There's my albums to discover series. Let's see what's next on the list. And we'll bring up Discog Shuffle. There it is there. We'll go up here to Random Item. Speaking of Hotel California, I didn't plan this one by any means, but great album, great band as well. And that's the next one I'm going to talk about, Hotel California. And by the Eagles for sure. Thank you so much, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. Looks like the sun's coming out. Hopefully I'll feel better as the day goes by. But I love doing this series. It's so good. Having a lot of fun. And we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye now.